come. It's not for the weak, girls, if I'm honest. It was hard.
But
I don't know if I'd recommend it.
why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like, it's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
It's not like just having sex with someone.
yeah. Just one in, one out. Like, it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay. Just take
Yeah,
it
1 minute.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. I'm Dr. Marjiré with a PhD in relationship and human studies. And we're going to watch about this lady. I don't feel bad for her. She crying after the whole deed. I'm going to go back to the beginning, how she was looking. Look at the difference, how she looking from this point where she's at after she done the deed to beforehand. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we're going to watch the beginning of this interview and then the end again. And then I'm going to give my commentary. Let's get into this.
I might just make like a couple £100, can get a few rounds of drinks in, stuff like that. Just helps me out a little bit while I'm at university.
Sure.
I didn't think it would turn into like my whole career. But I think as soon as I started on the platform, I kind of realized, I guess, how much money you can make and also just how much I loved it. I was just like, why am I doing a whole degree? Last week I was like 23 guys all at once, and like some people would be like, you're insane, like I would have to be paid to do that. And I'm like, no, that's just fun to me.
Would you call yourself a businesswoman?
I don't know about that. People would give me a bit of stick if I said I was a businesswoman, but I guess definitely business-minded.
I would call you a businesswoman.
Thanks. A lot more people would use the word just, I guess.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I literally, I've never really cared what people think. It doesn't really bother me. I have such a supportive like family and friends, and what they think about me is so much more important than what strangers think about me. Come on in. Hi.
Hey, I'm Josh.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So tall, isn't it?
Is you a PA?
Yes, yeah.
So how many people are there in Team Lily?
8, 9?
There's 9.
I don't know. Yeah, quite a.
I think we're 9 now.
Yeah, 9 now. Yeah.
9 payroll members of staff.
Yeah.
You are a businesswoman. I've seen you say on podcasts and things before that your family and your parents are proud of you and what you've achieved.
Well, my parents knew straight from the start, like, about what I was doing. Yeah, I was just very open with it. Obviously, at the start, they were a bit apprehensive because they want me to be safe and they want me to make good decisions and stuff like that. I just think I can't hold myself back and do something that I'm scared what other people might think.
Your parents must be very sort of forward-thinking and open-minded, which is great, because I think if I told my parents that I was the UK's biggest cunt, they probably they wouldn't like that. Show me the set.
No, of course, the set.
Okay, if you haven't heard about this woman, she set out to have sex with 100 men in a day. She is an OnlyFans star now, and this is before the deed. This is how she looking before. Like, she did 23 at once. Oh, no big deal. I love it. Be a cunt. No problem. Now, let's look at how she looking after the deed is done. Let's see if she still got that same spunk and no big deal.
Up.
Nice.
Come on in. Where you travel from today? Oh, lovely. Yeah. Oh, it's so nice to meet you. I'll get you on the bed, make yourself comfortable, take off your trousers, and we're going to have a fun time. And I'll give them the phone camera. I'll just say, I'm guessing you don't want your face in it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, it'll be POV phone camera.
Yeah.
I'll start usually with a job, and then I'll say, like, is there anything you like, don't like, any certain position you want to do?
Yeah.
And then, we kind of got straight into it.
Did you do the with a condom on, or?
No, I didn't. Condom off.
Okay, but then like once they're having sex, and it's like condom on type thing.
Yeah.
It does smell a lot like sex. I mean, and there's Rose. That's nice. Did one of the guys? And how are you feeling?
Surprisingly, downstairs is not really sore.
Okay.
It's more just tired. My eyes sting like nothing else.
Why?
Because of all the cum in it. I think I repeatedly said, you come on my face, but not in my eye.
And they just went right at the eyes.
Well, I think like it might have been an accident. But no, I mean, I've definitely seen some spunk today, Jesus. And it just took.
Now she calling on Jesus. Lord have mercy. Jesus. Like she said, she tired. She's saying it ain't sore, but whatever. You know, the coochie can take a lot, but and her parents ain't saying nothing to her about it. Anybody around her is like, girl, this is not a good idea. Nobody telling her. Everybody, because she's a star now. But I want to finish looking how she looking in the after results after all of this hot mess.
Definitely a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I think it was when it was only like 40 and I was like, I'm not even halfway yet.
Yeah.
And 40 is still a lot of people. Like, imagine 40 people and be like, I'm not even halfway, like, done.
When was the last time you ate?
I had I think I had a yam yam. Yam yam, is that what they're called? A little pastry. And I think I had a sandwich, and that was and then the rest come. It's not for the weak, girls, if I'm honest. It was hard. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like, it's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
now.
It's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out. Like, it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. Just take
1 minute. I think I was you know, when I talked to you last, like I was not nervous. It was like the day before. I was like, oh, I'm so nervous. But it was good. It was more, I guess the interactions when like I'd have to stop them early and like you'd have to stand on business and be like, I'm so sorry, you got to go. And like the awkward interaction of like you feeling pressure to have to make them come if like you haven't spent enough time with them and feeling like you didn't give them a good time because like they only got 2 minutes.
And that's what's making you feel emotional, is that maybe you think you didn't give some guys a good enough time today?
Yeah, and it's hard, I think, having the interactions with them when they're like, what, you're not going to make me finish? I've come all this way. Like, kind of like guilt tripping me a little bit. I felt bad. Like, some people just travel so far. Like, I didn't want to give them a shit time and like come away from this and be like, oh, that was shit. I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic, like by the 30th, you know, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're going to do this. And like, it just, sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like, you know, like it's not like normal sex at all. In my head right now, I can think of like 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember. And that's it. But it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? Like, if I didn't have the videos, I wouldn't have known I've done 100, you know? But yeah. I think that was kind of the hard part, is like conversing with them and like when they'd kind of be like, oh, like we've only had 2 minutes or 3 minutes and you said 5 on the message.
Did someone say that to you?
Yeah. And obviously it just makes me feel so bad.
Do you think you should feel bad about that?
I guess when you've promised something to people who support you, it's kind of hard to
have mercy,
let them down.
But it's up to you, right? Like when you know.
Yeah.
Have you?
I don't care. She ain't telling it. She ain't what she acting like she feel bad. She didn't give her customers the good time. I think in reality, because I ain't been with half as many dudes as she have, and not even in a close proximity of time. In just in a few years, the 15 people I was with, you feel abused and battered because you ain't to these dudes. So they humping on you and wiping they with you like a toilet paper and throw you away. That's what she's feeling. Be real, lady. Be real. None of them dudes was really showing no care for you. They was treating you like a toilet paper. Wipe they butt with you and toss you out. That's what she's feeling. She can make it seem like, oh, I did, I promised him 5 minutes and I only got 2 and I feel bad. That ain't what you feel bad about. No, tell the truth. Anybody that have been with a few folks will tell you, she got to get drunk to do it. You can't do that sober. You can't do that sober. What? All them demons she's allowing onto herself. Don't she look like a completely different person? Look at this, the beginning. Look at this, how she looking at the end of this, compare how she was looking in the beginning. Look at this. Look how she looking here compared to how she was looking in the beginning of the interview. Look at this. Right here, she looking fresh. She looking good and fresh, right? And then look at here. She done looking like she done interacted with so many demons. It don't even look like the same woman. Don't even look like the same woman. She's not the same woman. She's not even the same woman anymore. Don't do this, people. Don't do this to yourself, because the only one getting pleasure out of it is them 100 people. She just allowed them to use and abuse her. Lord, have mercy. Have mercy. Why do women think it's fun and cool to be a hoe? Why is that fun? I didn't enjoy it. I did at the moment. I thought I did until I had to come real to myself and be real to myself. Like, this is not fun. It doesn't feel good. These men don't care about me. Why am I giving my body, my whole soul over, my internal self to strangers? Why am I doing this to myself? And if that woman is being honest, because she ain't, I feel bad, I promised in 5 minutes. That ain't the problem. The problem is you done let 100 demons run up in you. Ain't no telling what other kind of stuff the men was doing. She probably will never tell it. But the men is cold, especially if they know you don't give a damn about yourself. They're gonna use you and abuse you because you allowing it. Have mercy, Jesus. Well, I'm praying for her to get real with herself again. She was calling on Jesus. She should have been calling on Jesus before the whole thing even started. But now she like, Jesus, what have I done? That's who you better be calling on, Jesus, because Lord have mercy. She gonna have to live with herself and live with that trauma she just put on herself. Crazy, Lord have mercy. Praying for her, praying for the men involved in that, because they done all had sex with each other. So Jesus, I don't recommend that. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, seen anybody ever do. And it's sad that this is her celebrity. This is what she gonna be infamous for, sleeping with 100 men in a day, because everybody got something to say for it. Help her, Lord Jesus. Come to you, sister Lily Phillips. If you listening to this, come to Jesus and let him heal you of that trauma and abuse that you just put on yourself, that you allowed the men to do to you. Come to Jesus and let him heal your mind and heal your soul. And anybody else out there giving themselves over to demons, over to strangers, giving their whole internal body over. Lord have mercy. Well, that's all I got for today, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I love ya. Pray every day, all day. And I love ya. Deuces.